Hi, I'm Gabriela, and this is the Personal Finance and Coffee podcast. Today's episode is a flat lay, and it's a bit different. I'm going to walk you through the checklist that I go through to prepare for the month of November. I always make this list, but I don't do it on the same day. So you find that here on the side, I've written the day when I did these activities. So you find that some of the activities, I've done them earlier, like on the 20th of October, on the 22nd of October, because there are so many things I want to do, but I can't do them at the same time. There's so much happening in life. So if you've been wondering, how do you have a reset amidst work and amidst children? This is what I do. I make the list and then I phase it out as the days come along. This is what the episode is about today. In the past, I've shared most of these areas in detail with videos. So today I thought I'd have more of a flat lay and kind of like a flip through of how the process works. So it's a little bit different. Just please share in the comments below what you think, and if you find this interesting, you can like. So the first thing that I do is I journal, and when I journal, I write down the wins that I have and the wins of October and the pain points, the lessons that I learned, and this kind of helps me also set intentions for the upcoming month of November. Then the next thing that I do is prepare the habit tracker. And when it comes to the habit tracker, I print them out. I've shared the habit tracker before, and I just print it out, make some changes. Then I work on the money tracker. I also just print it out. Next, I will compile photos for key moments. So we take so many photos on our phone. So I just like picking like key memories that I want to remember, so I can look at a summary. And then I close out my budget. Closing out my budget happens on the 1st of October, it happens on the 1st of November. Closing off my budget happens on the 1st of November once the month is done. Then I will make the November budget, I will pay the bills, and then I'll have my cash stuffing and set up my plan. I'm going to walk you through the planner and what it looks like. So in my plan, I will write the important dates that are coming up, and then any routines that have specific dates. For example, if I have a monthly games night with my friends, if I have grocery shopping monthly, anything that happens on a routine basis. And then I will also set the goals and the tasks that I have for specific projects. So if working on a video is a project, it has smaller tasks. So I kind of identify what are the projects that I will have for the next month that I want to work on. And then I will set up the layout in my planner. We're going to have a walkthrough for the planner. And then I'll have my monthly and grocery shopping list plan. I'll have the episode linked up where I talked about the grocery plan in detail. So this is the spread that I set up for November. And I set this up in the last month of October. So here I have just a few things I'd want to maybe remember in the spread of November. Then I have the monthly checklists and the weekly checklists and the daily checklists. These are things that I more or less refer to. If the week is starting and I look at this list, I'm like, so when do I want to do these activities? So that is what I go through. Next, I have the page where I set up my goals for the month and also where I track my project time. I also have the week when I'm starting the week where I brain dump the week and then I fill it in. So I have each day has a daily spread, and on this daily spread, I write the time and kind of plan out what I want to do and when I want to do it. But I plan in pencil, and then I make changes and write the actual in pen. So it creates awareness. So as I go through the day, I'm like, oh, no, I'm wasting time. Let me take you through an example of what a day would look like. This is a day that is filled in, and I have tasks and gratitudes and the goals just to keep them top of mind. This is what it would look like overall. So I set that up for the whole of November, and this is what my planner looks like. At the back of my planner, this is where I put the papers that have the money trackers and the habit trackers that I've told you about, and the lists that I have for grocery shopping. This is where I put them at the back of my planner. This is what it looks like. So next, I'm going to take you through the cash envelope system that I use, and this is what it looks like. So I have a category for transport, I have a category for social, for miscellaneous and groceries. So you choose what works for you, because we have different lives and different priorities. So you've picked categories that make sense for you. When I have these categories, I look at these as more variable expenses, things that change, but I know that I will need. So I plan for them, I make estimates and I plan for them on a monthly basis. And I'm going to show you how I calculate this process so that the month doesn't end and I feel like, oh my gosh, salary is not yet here and I have to find a way to get to work. So this is how I calculate it. So I look at the work meals and then I estimate that if I use 8,000 every day at work, maybe 5 for lunch and 3 for breakfast, and then there are 5 days in a week and there are 4 weeks in a month. So this is how much money I would want to have prepared for under that category for work meals. So when I receive my salary, this is how I plan for it. I'll say, okay, work meals, this is the budget. 8,000 times 5 days a week times 4 weeks. I do the same for transport. 10,000 times 5 days a week times 4 weeks. I do the same for groceries. 70,000 times 4 weeks, and then medical is maybe 50, miscellaneous is 50, maybe social is 50. All these are estimates that I am making, and they will vary depending on how tight or how abundant your budget is at that time. And when I make this breakdown, I will, at the start of the week, this is how much I will put in these envelopes that I have made. I'd make these envelopes with paper and glue, and then I put the money, and that's how I'd separate it in my wallet. Because when all the money would be together, somehow I'd feel like I have a lot of money, and the money just, I spend on this, I spend on that. So that is how I make the stuffing. And then if, for example, I'm able to have it all at the same time, then I will put it together, or I will know that the money on this account is for these categories, and I don't divert it. So that is the process that I go through. This is how I started. Now, at the moment I have binders, I have budget binders that I will walk you through at some point, how I use them now, but this is where I started and this is how I calculate. So I thought that maybe you'd find this, if this is something that you've been wondering of, like somehow the month ends and then the month is coming to an end, but I'm struggling to get to work, I'm struggling with meals. This is the process that works for me, and as the month begins, I prepare for it like this. Make the estimates. Some months have 5 weeks, so that is also something new to consider. It makes it, you find that you're earning the same money monthly, but the month has an extra week. Especially, that's why you find that people earn every 2 weeks, have those magic months where they earn an extra paycheck. But if yours is a fixed monthly salary, then you find that you actually don't have that. So you just factor that in when you're planning. Thank you so much for watching. This has been different. It's been more of a voiceover. If you've liked it, please subscribe so that you don't miss upcoming episodes.